as the only candidate that is not poisoned by corporate money, lobbyists, or super PACs, I can actually stand up for what it is that we need. We need an emergency jobs program like the New Deal that got us out of the Great Depression. I would create a Green New Deal that also solves the emergency of climate change. I would cancel student debt like we did for the guys on Wall Street who crashed the economy. We need to bail out their victims, which we can do, and liberate a generation to lead us forward to the economy of the future.
Terrific. So
we
those
can
are
create
three,
higher education that is free, and health care also as a human right through a Medicare for All system.
Okay,
and I would also change our military so we get away from these catastrophic wars which are bankrupting us and arguably making us less secure, not more secure, creating failed states and mass refugee migrations. We can put those dollars into a true security here at home.
Okay, I was going to stop you at 3. You went to like 5 ideas. Have you costed these out? How much will it cost,
Yes.
for example, to cancel the debt? How much will it cost to create a government jobs program?
Great point. So for the debt, we call for a quantitative easing, basically where the Fed buys that debt and then agrees not to collect on that debt. So essentially, it's an expansion of the money supply, but in a way that actually unleashes enormous productivity. This is basically the stimulus package of our dreams for the Green New Deal. And I can tell you this as a medical doctor, we get so much healthier when we zero out fossil fuels and create a healthy food supply. We get so much healthier that the reduction in our healthcare costs alone is enough to pay for the green energy transition. In addition, by making wars for oil obsolete, we actually can bring enough money from our bloated and dangerous military budget, which is over 50% of our discretionary budget right now. Instead, we can put those dollars back into paying for the Green New Deal as well. So it essentially pays for itself.
Dr. Stein, you haven't mentioned the free market at all. Is that part of your plan for economic growth in any way?
Yes, absolutely. We intend to actually free the market so that it is not subject to the hang-ups of a crony capitalist type market where you have market dominance by very few industries. So we intend to ensure that ordinary small businesses actually have a fighting chance. They're not having to face incredible monopolies that can exert their influence over government through their lobbying and through their campaign contributions to actually steeply tilt the playing field. We want to give small businesses, as well as worker cooperatives and nonprofits, we want to give the average small American a place in this economy again. They should be the backbone of our economy.
Dr. Stein, we are less than 100 days to go from the election. In the last poll of polls that I saw, it looked like you were polling at about 5%, which is a big improvement from where you were back in 2012, where I think you won about less than 1%. But if you look at Gary Johnson, who's running as a Libertarian, he's closer to 9%. You need 15% just to get into the debates. What's your goal? What do you hope to accomplish with this campaign?
So let me say that we have come up in the polls, as you've said, from basically invisible to 5% and in some polls 6% and 7% over the course of about 2 months, which is really an incredible increase considering that we've had almost zero coverage prior to now by mainstream media. So it's basically word of mouth. There are 42 million young people and not so young people who are trapped in student loan debt without a way out because our economy does not have the jobs that allow people to earn their way out of that debt. Those 42 million people, as they begin to hear that I'm the candidate that will actually cancel that debt like we did for Wall Street, we can do for a generation in debt, that word begins to spread. And 42 million people in debt, holding student debt, is actually a winning plurality of the vote. So we intend to get that word out.
Hey CNBC fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Here you're going to find videos packed with all of the information that you need to be smarter about your finances. You can subscribe by clicking right here and click on all the videos around me or the I right here to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.